I wouldn't worry at all, mate, because I do not take it as part of being an argument. It's a really important part of civil discourse. We need to be able to share these ideas. We need to have these conversations. So you're asking, at no point in history has technology ever taken jobs away from the global workforce. I can give you a really good example of where it has. So if you look at the US automotive industry between 1979 and 1989, the machines that were brought in to be able to do welding, to be able to do the manual labor of putting a car together. And therefore those people were lost from that part of the industry. 20% of the workforce was lost within the space of those 10 years in the automotive industry doing those kind of particular roles. Now, when someone brings in something like automation or AI to the workforce and they go, you know what, actually, we only need half the amount of human labor contributions now. They don't go to everyone, you know what, we're going to keep everyone with a job, but you're all just going to do a half day. What they do is go, no, we're going to cut our workforce by 50%. That's the way that big business has always done it. And the problem isn't that technology displaces roles per se, it's that it erodes roles faster than it creates new ones, which means there is a shortfall in the workforce in those particular roles that people are skilled for. And although it does create new kind of roles, that doesn't mean the fact that people who are in skilled labor positions didn't lose their positions during that time. And that's part of the problem, is you then have to educate people. You have to give them a skill to be able to participate in the new world that they're going into. So when we're talking about AI taking jobs, what we're actually talking about it doing is displacing people. So people who had employment and now need to change employment and aren't necessarily skilled for the jobs they're going in for. And if you look at where AI and automation is going to impact people more, it's in your middle pay roles. So if you think about the industrial economy, kind of like a chest of drawers, with your high paid, your middle pay, and your low paid kind of all in equal measure, your digital economy at the moment, the way that it's shaping up, is actually more like an I shape, where you have your high paid, you have your squeezed in middle pay, and those traditionally middle paid roles are going into lower paid roles. And that's because that middle pay section was full of lots of admin work, your spreadsheets, your managing databases, your frontline customer service, all of that kind of stuff. Those were traditionally middle paid roles, and now they're moving into low skilled employment. And this is the concern that I have, is if you're going to change the shape of the economy, you have to then educate people to participate in the new economic model that you're building. And I know this from a fact from when I used to do the work of developing a STEM strategy for youth unemployment, and essentially trying to get young people from marginalized communities into the STEM sector, which is inherently quite academic and elitist, but has a huge skill shortage. We still have to then provide those people with the skills, knowledge, and we have to be able to connect the sector and those people together in order to be able to help them be able to go into the roles that are available. It's not that there isn't roles still available, it's that people don't necessarily have the right skills, education, knowledge, or confidence to be able to go into those roles. But all of that is still very industrial mindset, because essentially we're still trying to go, well, actually, regardless of the amount of human labor in the workforce, we need people having traditional jobs. And my argument is our new economy, our digital economy that requires less human labor doing traditional workforce jobs, is not going to be enough to sustain a global population. What will need to happen is we will need to compensate roles that involve more human-centric things that previously might not have been compensated. This could be caring for loved ones, this could be raising children, this could be contributing to your community, to social good. All of these things have value, and there's a huge amount of unpaid labor that people do all of the time that needs to change, because particularly this tends to marginalize some of those people who are more caring, who do contribute a lot to society, but don't necessarily see monetary rewards because of it. And that's the change that I want to see in the world.